Hi guys, I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 15. My 15th son is behind the other side of the curtain. He is in the pediatric NICU, and I am doing kind of like a day in a life, which I'm not specifically the best at, but I'm gonna try to give you like just a glimpse into the day in the life of what it looks like for us in the NICU. So I didn't share this morning. What I did is I got up and I went and got coffee. I was trying to do a day in the life, and then I forgot my phone, and I was like, yeah, I am getting a coffee. I am not doing a day in the life. I am not like coming back to get my camera. So I got a coffee. I'm sitting here by the window with coffee and water and pumping. And so in the morning time, I usually do a power pump, and I've been doing pump for 25 minutes, off for 25 minutes, pump for 25 minutes, off for 25 minutes, and then pump again. So it's now after 8. Yeah, after 8, and I have been pumping since 6:30. Not necessarily pumping, because I'm pump off, pump off. At 8 o'clock, he gets his cares done, so I did, in amongst the stuff, when I heard her out there, I stopped during my 25-minute thing, went back over to him. I usually change his diaper, and then we reposition him, suction him out, all that type of stuff. I like to be there to support him, so I usually hold my hands on him. I'll talk to him, just depending on the care that he's getting is how I can best support him. That's what I do. So I will probably finish power pumping, and then I'm going to go eat breakfast. And then I think my daughter is coming today to sit with me for a little bit, so I'll share that with you. Got my coffee. We're heading back. What'd you get at the gift store?
I don't know.
What's in your hand? Cool.
I don't want to break it, so I'm gonna just let it be down.
Okay. Do you know how to get back?
Is this the back way? The back way?
Remember, we're following the green ones. Alrighty, so I pumped for a little bit, we played cards, read books, and now we are eating. So at this hospital, if you are a breastfeeding mom, you can get either a $15 voucher to go at the cafeteria, or you can get food brought up here to the family lounge. So today we went down to the cafeteria because he is going to be transferred in like 30 minutes, so I need to hurry up and eat this.
So they can know
Azariah's.
Azariah.
Oh, so I need to have this like this so they know that it's our Azariah?
No, you got to have it not even face this way so you can see the word. You got to have it faced like this way.
Azariah's moving.
Azariah's moving.
Okay, so on this day, by the time, it was a very confusing day, I dropped my daughter off. So the plan is my husband was gonna come up to the unit, but we had switched units. So upstairs, you're allowed to have like 2 adults and 2 children upstairs, and downstairs on the cardiac unit, it's just 2 people. So my husband was gonna come in and visit with us, and then take the daughter who I was watching with him, but he wasn't able to do that because it's just 2 people in the room. So I said, well, just call me and then I'll bring her out. So he didn't park, he just parked like right in the front where you can like unload and load people, and we loaded her up, and she went back with him, and I stayed here with Azariah, and it was a rough night, honestly. He was very irritable. He just couldn't get comfortable, and it was kind of overwhelming because the staff didn't really know me either, and they didn't know him, so it was a little challenging that night. So I didn't film anymore because basically I was just there like right by his side like the whole rest of the time, and then I pumped a couple times in between then, and then I was by his side like the whole time just trying to like pet his back or whatever. I didn't realize that normally like with cares they were giving him a little bit of something because he has a little bit of sedation because he has the tube in his mouth, and that's, they like to try to keep him not like asleep but somewhat sedated so it doesn't irritate his throat. That's like standard for what they do. And I hadn't realized that he hadn't got sedation since 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So by the time it was like 6 o'clock, he was really getting irritable, and I didn't really understand like what's going on, whatever. And then what ended up happening was I said, it seems like, because usually he's irritable if he had like secretions in his chest, but they had like done whatever a couple times, and I just kind of explained to the nurse, I was like, you know, he's usually not this like this. He's not like, he's a really content, he's laid back. Like before he had the tube in there, when he had like the NIPV, he's a really content baby. And so unless something's bothering him, then he doesn't get like irritable. So I explained this. I said, I feel like something's bothering him. Do you mind if I change his diaper? So I changed his diaper. I asked if I could like change his diaper and then swaddle him really well. And so we did that. And he seemed to settle. Like he seemed like that was for a couple minutes, probably like 15, 20 minutes. He seemed okay like that. And then he just started getting whatever again. And I said, and then I could feel on his chest that it was a little raspy. And I said, I feel like he needs to get suctioned again. And so she's like, yeah. She like put her hand on his chest, and because he wasn't like desetting or anything like at that moment. So I think like just like getting him in needed to get suctioned again. But they did like, she called respiratory, and it was like her idea to do like a deep suction method. And so she called them in, and that's what she did. And then as soon as they did that, he was like, oh, this is great. And he fell asleep, and he was like content after that. So it was just kind of trying to figure out that. I think they did that at like, it's like 10-ish. Yeah, because then they gave him potassium after that. Yeah, so around 10. So for the rest of the night, honestly, that's what I did. That's not my normal night. Normally, like right now, it is almost 8. Normally, I will, like at 8, we do cares with whoever, like upstairs or downstairs. I was asking too, like how that worked. But they usually do cares at 8, which is like a bigger care. They kind of wipe down their whole body, stretch and that type of stuff. And then I will read to him for a little bit, and then I'll pump, and then I'll go to bed. So that's kind of how it works, because he'll be awake, like wide awake for a little while usually after that. And so I'll just read to him a little bit. And what I'm doing right now is I will read him like a storybook, and then I read him a story, then I read him like a story that's kind of boring, and I am putting that on like a voice thing for my older kids to have. So it's like one of their like historical type books that I am reading that they can listen to, just like if I was at home and I could read to them. Things are just a little bit different here. They have like certain hours that you can't like come and leave. So I'm getting used to that, and I'm getting used to just a couple different changes from like the 2 units. So trying to figure out all of that. But I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. And I'm gonna share a couple pictures after this, just of like I showed you upstairs how it was set up, just down here how it's set up.